Tantra Illuminated with Dr. Christopher Wallace is a journey through the depths of the human experience, as viewed through the lens of the tradition called non-dual Shaiva Tantra. This multi-format podcast delves into the fascinating world of classical Tantra and its intersections with philosophy, neuroscience, psychology, human development, and the broader world of spirituality. Today's episode is a meditation practice. So please find a comfortable posture in which you won't fall asleep. And it's preferable if the posture is such that you can breathe fully and feel all the subtle sensations in the body from the hips up to the crown of the head. Once you've found your posture, take a few deep breaths. And as you breathe, let yourself fully arrive in the body. Which is another way of saying, let your awareness envelop the body, permeate the body, be fully present with the body, not as a visual object, not as a concept, but from within, as it were, becoming fully present with the cloud of sensations we call body. This is easier with eyes half closed or fully closed. If your eyes are closed, please commit to being present, being vigilant, not going into a sleepy state or a trance-like state. My voice is soft and gentle to invite you to relax into experience, not to lull you to sleep. So relaxing into the full experience of the body, whatever it is. And if there's any acute sensation anywhere, please don't focus on it. Let it be, but bring your awareness to the whole experience of body, all the subtle sensations, not just the easily noticeable ones. And right now you're practicing awareness of the whole body, all the way down to the soles of the feet. Make sure you're just as aware of the back body as the front. Just as aware of the lower body as the upper body. until it feels like the whole body is enveloped in awareness, permeated by awareness. And now, please gently focus in the pelvic floor, the region of the perineum. Not a narrow focus, just becoming more aware of that general region of the pelvic floor at the base of the torso. And noticing what is there to be noticed, what subtle sensations, what impressions of past experiences might be there. Please don't go into memory. Nothing like that. Just noticing what is there to be noticed. Not conjuring some experience with the mind. Just being present with the pelvic floor region. What does it feel like? We don't need any verbal labels, but you might notice if it's warmer or cooler. It has some sort of vibration or tingle or some other kind of experience that is undefinable. And when you're ready, you can raise the focal point of awareness to the low belly, the lowest part of the belly. What does this region feel like? Again, we don't need an answer from the mind. You're simply feeling into whatever is there to be felt. And rising up a little bit higher in the belly. Investigating the feelings here. A little ways below the belly button. What seems to be the character of this region without needing to specifically label it. And rising up a little higher in the belly. This region of the upper belly extending up to the solar plexus. What does that feel like? Always looking for the answer in direct experience, not in thought. And when you're ready, rising up a little higher to the sternum, the area around the sternum and behind the sternum. That is to say, the heart region. The heart region is in the center, even though the physical heart is a little bit to the left. Exploring this region where you feel certain emotions or have felt certain emotions. Not trying to conjure anything from the past, but investigating what it feels like now. And perhaps there are impressions of past experiences in any of these places we're touching with awareness. But they should be encountered in a non-conceptual way, as subtle sensations here and now. And whenever you're ready, you can always pause if you need more time anywhere. Rising up to the region of the throat, and exploring what it feels like here. All the subtle sensations, just feeling what's there to be felt. Noticing whatever is there to be noticed. No analysis needed, though. And when you're ready, rising up to the space in the center of the head that's just behind and above the soft palate. So the roof of your mouth is the hard palate, and just behind that, you can feel with your tongue the soft palate. And just above and behind the soft palate, you can't feel it directly, but it's there, a space in the center of the head. Feel into that subtle region. The breath gently passes through it. Otherwise, it's open. Please make sure the jaw is relaxed. Rising up to the top of the head and the area just below. The cranial vault. Investigating what that feels like. And once again, become aware of the whole body. The whole body. Now, when we cultivate this body awareness, in fact, much of what we're feeling and perceiving pertains to the subtle body. You may feel some things that are entirely physical, like when your stomach growls or you feel certain fluids being excreted in the belly, or when you feel the physical heart beating. But much of what we feel when we investigate the body in direct experience is the subtle and sometimes not so subtle aspects, effects, activations, and even blockages of the subtle body. Subtle body is the mental, emotional body. So the subtle body is made of thought, energy, feeling, emotion, somatic memory, and subtle currents or flows of prana. There's no dividing line whatsoever between the subtle body and the physical body. They're not two different things. They're just on a continuum with each other, we might say. So as you feel into the whole body, just noticing these subtle energies, which are often the subtle effects of thought, the incipient stirrings of emotions that have not yet arisen, or the impressions of emotions that have passed through. Or there may be specific emotions present now. They don't need to be labeled or understood. In fact, emotion is nothing but sensation, physiological and energetic sensation. Sometimes intense, sometimes quiet, barely noticeable. If you perceive emotion as being anything other than sensation, that's just the mind. It's a mental interpretation. So let emotions be what they are, energetic and or physiological sensation. You'll notice that they're okay as they are when freed from the judgments of the mind. Just let everything be as it is. Every flow, every movement, every area of stagnancy also. And now we will go a little bit deeper. See if we can access some more fundamental and primal elements of being. They're not really elements. Something like portals to deeper experience of that which is, in a way, prior to both subtle and physical bodies. So now, gently focusing in the center of the head, we could even say in the center of the brain. It's just intuitive. We're not concerned about exact location. Just draw the focal point of awareness to what feels like the center of the brain. As you might notice in direct experience, the space is empty. Being with direct experience, not what you've been told. Now, in the center of this space in the head, there can be a tiny point of brilliant white light. See if it wants to appear. And when I say appear, I don't mean visually. Not trying to visualize anything. It's more of a feeling. You might feel as if there were a tiny white star or a brilliant white point of light in the center of the head. And as you focus on it, it may start to expand, it may feel like a tiny sphere of blazing white light. And it may continue to expand until it subsumes the whole upper half of the head. And it may continue to expand until it's like there's an ocean of light. Or it may not. Whatever happens is fine. If you think you feel nothing or sense nothing, that's perfect for you. Just this quiet openness. And if you feel the white light in the head, you may feel that it is, in fact, not different at all from the darkness, the emptiness. These two, which seem like opposites to the mind, are not opposites, and they are not two. Now, however you experienced this, however it manifested for you, let it dissolve or reabsorb if it wants to, and you drop your focal point of attention down into the heart region, penetrating to the very back of the base of the heart region, the innermost recess of the heart. And it may be like a quiet, dark, sacred cave. Or you may discover there in the innermost recess of the heart another brilliant point of light. And you don't need to visualize. Feel as if there's a tiny, brilliant point of light in the deepest part of the heart region. For some, it has the quality of gold, a golden point of light. For others, a beautiful dark cobalt blue, shining and sparkling. This is another essence point of your being. And every essence point or bindu is an access point to, we might say, deeper modes of experience. Letting that dissolve or reabsorb, drop down, all the way down to the low belly. Deep inside the low belly, halfway between the front and back of the body, so just as close to the sacrum as the front of the low belly. Here in this sacred darkness, there can appear what feels like a tiny point of red light, ruby red light, rich, deep, dark red yet sparkling, pulsing. In the depths of the belly, the low belly. This is another essence point. There's nothing to do but become absorbed in quiet reverence. Now, you can perhaps feel all three essence points hanging in infinite space, as if connected by a subtle vertical thread or an invisible axis. The three sparkling essence points hang suspended in infinite space. This is not to be visualized, more sensed, felt in your own body, which can be experienced as space. And when you're ready, come back to the physical body with eyes still closed. You can run your hands all over the skin of the body. Just run your hands around and over the body. And come back to the physical body, perhaps with a sense that you're discovering it or rediscovering it for the first time. Experiencing the body in a fresh way, not as that which you're used to, but as a mysterious miracle. Take your time. Transition as gently as possible to whatever's next. Om. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Remember, you can always find out more about the tradition of non-dual Shaiva Tantra at tantrailluminated.org, where, if you wish, you can become a subscriber to our online learning portal, and you'll receive access to a vast number of recordings, including a comprehensive curriculum in tantric philosophy, tantric yoga, guided meditation, and much, much more. Music for the podcast composed and recorded by Ann Leader. Find her at annleader.com. Podcast produced by Grazia Tribulato. New episodes drop every week, and may all beings benefit.